We'll lay down. I'm going to go turn the light on. Lying down on your back, be comfortable for right now. Just kind of wiggle around. Noticing the ebb and flow of your breath. If there's any place in your body that you're just kind of holding tension or holding yourself up away from the ground, you can relax a little bit more here, just consciously letting go. Your next breath, you'll just gently draw the right knee up into your chest. You can hold behind the hamstring for right now and just move it a little bit side to side. And bring it to center. So holding behind the hamstring, flex your foot. So pull the toes back towards you. And then you'll just straighten the leg and point your foot towards the ceiling. And bend the knee and flex the foot. And then straighten the leg and point the toes, point the foot. And do that a few more times. So pull the heel, press the heel away, toes back as you bend. And then point the toes to the ceiling as you straighten or straighten-ish the leg. A couple more times. Bend the knee, flex, straighten the leg and point. Bend the knee, flex, straighten the leg and point. Let's do two more. Bend the knee and flex. Straighten the leg and point. Last one, bend the knee, flex. Straighten and point. Stay there, take a breath. Let it go and then bend the knee. This time you'll hold in front of the shin, gently draw a little deeper in. Good, and then straighten the right leg out alongside the left. If you want to stretch the arms overhead, get long through both sides of the body, you can. And then we'll go to the other leg. So draw the left knee in, interlace the hands behind the hamstring, and just gently move a little bit side to side. Bring it back to center and flex the foot. Pull the toes back, heel away, and then straighten the leg and point the toes. Bend the knee, flex the foot, straighten the leg, point the toes. Good. You can move with your breath or just move and breathe. Doesn't have to be timed with the breath. Not looking for a big sensation here, just kind of warming up the body a little bit differently. One more time, bend the knee, flex, straighten the leg, point. And then bend the knee, interlace your hands in front of the shin, draw it in a little deeper, maybe a little rock side to side. Stretch the left leg out alongside the right, stretch the arms overhead, just get super long. Good, and then bend the knees, set the feet flat to the floor, arms down by the sides. And you'll lift up into bridge, so press the feet down as you lift the hips up. And maybe don't go quite so high as like a really high bridge. So we'll work on the pulling the rib cage towards the mat. That's the lower bridge, kind of focusing on diaphragm and breathing here. Keep pulling the floating ribs, those front floating ribs in towards the center, back towards the floor, and down towards the pelvis. And hold for 3, 2, and 1, and then lower down. And as the hips lower to the ground, float the arms overhead. Just get a big breath in, expanding the lungs. Breathe out, float the arms back down by your side, and we'll do that low bridge again. Press the feet down, hips rise, pull the rib cage to the mat, and lengthen the back of the neck, expanding the upper back. As the hips go up, the ribs pull down, especially on each exhale. You might feel some heat in the legs, the glutes, and the core. Take one more breath here. And then lower the pelvis. Once again, float the arms overhead. Big breath in. Long breath out. And then draw both knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a great big hug. Then open the arms out wide like a T. Let the knees fall together to the left. And then hold on to the right knee with the left hand. And just take a few breaths here in this easy twist. If you'd like to turn the gaze to the right, you can. Good. One more breath. Gently release the grip of the hand, come back up through center, and take the knees to the other side. Knees to the right, and you can hold on to the left thigh with the right hand. You can turn the head to the left. One more breath here. And then gently come back up to center. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself that great big hug again. And then you'll rock front to back along the length of the spine. If that feels okay on your back, you can tuck the chin, roll. And then come up to a cross-legged position and take your left hand to the left and your right arm up and over. Side stretch. And drop the shoulders, both shoulders away from your ears. And then switch sides, come on up, walk the right hand right, left arm goes up and over. Good, Nancy. Soften the right shoulder down away from the right ear. Breathe into the side of the body. Nice, Kathy. Come back to center. Take both arms up and then twist your body right and let the right hand go behind the back, left hand to your outer thigh. So bring the hand down for a gentle twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward twist. Untwist, back to center, both arms up. Big breath in, twist to the left. Let the hands come down. Inhale, lift up into the crown of the head. Exhale, gently revolve. slowly untwist. And then come forward to hands and knees, however you want to get there. It's fine. Go through a few rounds of cow and cat, your own pace. And then walk your hands forward for puppy pose. You'll lower the chest and the forehead towards the ground. Lengthen the sides of the body. Feel the strength of the arms, but softening the shoulders a little bit. And then lift up, walk your hands all the way to the knees, tuck the toes under, press up to your feet into a forward fold at the back of your mat. You can take ragdoll, holding opposite elbow and opposite hand. A couple more nice deep breaths here, really letting go on the exhale. Release your hands to the mat, walk or crawl forward into downward facing dog. It's fine to come to the knees first if you need. Downward dog, you might pedal the legs out, or you might just find stillness. Being that sensation of grounding through the four limbs. Forward into a high plank. And then lower all the way down onto your belly, and we'll come into Sphinx. You'll come up onto your forearms. Good. Just hang out there for a second. Good. You can draw the jawbone back, press the chest forward, and maybe curl back a little bit, curling back. Good, and then I'm gonna challenge you and see if you can take the right leg and lift it up as the chest draws forward and set it down, and then left leg lifts, slide that chest forward a little more like tractioning, and then set it down, and then draw the chin to the chest and curl, pull the rib cage, maybe the hips and pelvis up off of the mat. Keep the knees down though. And then lower the pelvis, and again, slide or traction the rib cage forward, lift the right leg. Good, set it down, lift the left leg, drag the ribs forward, and set it down, and then chin to chest, start to curl. Pull the ribs up, belly up, maybe hips, thighs, but knees down, pulling in and up. And then lower the pelvis, so do that one more time. Drag the rib cage forward, right leg lifts. If it goes a little higher, good. And then left leg, switch, good. And set it down, last time curl chin to chest. Really pull the belly button up off of the ground, maybe hips and pelvis and thighs. And then lower down, Slide the hands back, tuck the toes under, press up and back to downward dog. Wherever you want to get there is fine. And breathe. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or hop or tiptoe up to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Good. Nice job. Sit a little deeper, get the weight in the heels, feel the strength of your legs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank, and lower slow or slowly. Upward facing dog or cobra pose, your choice. Downward facing dog. Be good, not looking up. Good, lift your right leg to the sky right here. Just stretch it back, maybe bend the knee and flex the foot. Straighten the leg, point the toes, take a big step forward. Up to warrior one, left foot flat, and come on up. You need to lift the back heel, that's always fine. You need to adjust your stance, that's always fine. Take clothes off or fix your whatever. This is a nice place to do it. They're all taking their shirt off too. I know, heat just happened. I don't know if it is the chair or the warrior. Good, take one more breath. And then set your hands down to the mat, and you can take a vinyasa however you want. It could be knees, chest, and chin. It can be cobra or upward dog or cow and cat, and then press back to downward facing dog. You're ready. And then stretch your left leg to the sky. Bend the knee and flex the foot. Pull the heel back. Straighten the leg, point the toe. Big step forward. Warrior one, right foot flat. Your choice of arms. Arms can be nice and wide and soft or straight and together. Lots of possibility here. Take one more big breath. Nice job. And then hands come down to the mat. You step back. High plank, low plank, or your variation. Upward facing dog, or maybe cobra. Downward facing dog, or child's pose. Take one more breath. Empty it out and step, hop, or tiptoe up to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Sit low. Reach high. And hold it again. Just really get grounded, rooted to the legs. Sit a little bit deeper, challenging yourself. Take a full breath in. And exhale, bow forward, letting it go. Halfway lift, we'll move through vinyasa, high plank to low plank, or knees to the floor. Upward dog or cobra, or your version, downward facing dog. Stretch the right leg to the sky. And then bend the knee again and flex the foot. Pull the toes back, heel presses away. And then straighten the leg, point the toes, big step forward. This time we'll come right up to warrior two. We'll come into the second warrior. And then turn your thumbs to face up, thumbs up. And you're gonna pull the right fingers back and fold the left fingers in. Good, and then tip the head to the right. And then switch. Right fingers in, left fingers back, head left. And then switch. Good, and switch. That was a little brain exercise.
Here, we're gonna repeat it.
One more time. Switch. And switch. Come back to warrior two. You can keep the thumbs up if you like, or palms down. Take a nice breath in. And then tip to the right, side angle. Forearm to thigh, left arm to the side. This keeps happening. So funny. I'm getting so many samples, and they ring through whether I turn it to airplane mode or not. It's the weirdest thing. Sorry. Good job. If you'd like to wrap the left arm behind the back or take it somewhere else, you're welcome to do that. Play. Curious. Take another breath here. Open a little more. And then you'll bring your hands down to frame the right foot. Lift the left heel, set the left knee down. So point the toes. And then we're just gonna go from here, low lunge, to half splits, pulling back, but point the toes today instead of flex. It's a little different. And then come forward. And then pull back, but point the toes. Yeah, good. And then rock it forward. We'll do 3 this way. Then you get to flex. One more time. Come forward. And then this time you'll pull back and then pull the right toes up. Point the toes, rock forward, and vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Upward dog, downward facing dog, or cobra to child's pose if you prefer. And then left leg will rise to the sky, bend the knee, flex the foot. Straighten the leg, point the toes, big step forward. Warrior two. Turn the thumbs to face up. Yep, and then left hand goes away from you. Right hand curls in and tip the head to the left. And then switch. And switch. And switch. Good, and switch. And switch, it's our last one. And then come back to warrior two, thumbs up, go a little deeper, and side angle, tip left. You can bring the hand to the ground or forearm to thigh. Right arm of your choice. Good. Feeling into your legs, your pelvis, your shoulders. Notice the placement of your head. Notice how you're breathing, how you're showing up right here. Good job. Breathe in. And exhale, hand to the floor. Take the either side of the left foot, lift the right heel, drop the knee, point the back toes, and then you'll move from this low lunge to the half splits with the toe pointed. Rock forward, you can adjust the legs to where it feels best for you, and then pull back. Good, again, come forward, and pull it back. One more time, come forward, and this time pull back and flex that left foot. Pull the toes up towards the ceiling. Drop the forehead towards the knee or the shin. Okay, to curl in a little bit. And then point the toes, rock forward, plant the palms, step back, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. Or child's pose. Ground down through your limbs, press the hands and feet firmly into the floor. Take one more breath here. Get out. Step, hop, or tiptoe to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to the top, extended mountain. And then hands to heart center. Arms by your side. And then we'll move into some balance. Everyone's favorite, right? So we'll start with standing leg raise. You'll bring your left hand to your left hip, and you'll lift the right knee and catch it in your right hand. You can point or flex the foot. We've been playing with different variations of the foot today. It's fine to play with that here. And then go ahead and open the right leg to the right and reach the left arm to the left. You can even turn your head to look to the left. Nice, Nancy. Bring the leg back to center, arms by your side. You'll take it straight back to airplane. Press the right leg behind you. Now bend the left knee till your all 10 fingertips touch the floor, standing splits. And then all you're gonna do is bend the left knee and the right. So you'll tap your knees together and then send the leg back up, straightening both legs. You'll do that a couple times. Bend, tap, and straighten. Bend, tap, and straighten. Good. One more bend, tap, and straighten. And see if you can rise to the tiptoes of the right foot and point the left toes. Big breath in. Good job. And then set the heel down, set the left foot next to the right. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, reach up, and hands to heart center. Good. And right hand to right hip. We'll lift the left knee, standing leg raise. So grow deep roots into the right foot. Pull those front ribs in, just like in that low bridge. Nice, and then open it to the left. You can reach to the right. Look right if you like. Right. Bring it back to the midline, back to center, arms down. A pass through airplane. Press the left leg back, lift the shoulders up to the sky. Take one breath there. And then you head down to standing split. So bringing all 10 fingertips to the floor or blocks. And then you'll bend both knees. Bring your knees to tap. And then straighten both legs-ish. And reach those left toes up. Bend, tap, curling in, straighten lift. Bend, tap, curling, and then extend it up. One more time. Bend, tap the knees together, straighten, and then rise high up to the ball of the left foot if you can, or right foot, and point the left toes. Good job, and then bring both feet to the floor. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward bow. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart. Tree pose, right foot to left leg. You can bring the heel to the ankle or foot to calf. or foot to thigh. And take arms of your choice. Lift a little higher. And then returning both feet to the floor, arms down, and switch to the other leg. 3. So left foot to right leg. And then again, arms of your choice. Returning to mountain pose, 2 feet on the floor, arms by your side. Take a breath in. Let it go. An extended mountain. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or hop it back. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch the right leg up and back. Bend the knee, flex the foot. Straighten the leg, point the toes. Big step forward. Warrior 2 again, left foot flat, up and around. Do the little hand things one more time. So thumbs up, right fingers pull back, left fingers curl in, head tilts right. And then switch. Curling in. And then switch. So fingers press back, head tilts that way. And then switch. Switch. One and switch. And then warrior 2, fingers, thumb faces up still if you like. Straighten the right leg. Triangle, tip to the right. Right hand can land on the shin or 5 fingertips to the floor or block. Drawing the jawbone back slightly. Expanding from the center of the chest out through both arms. The pelvis press evenly into both legs. Nice. Let that left arm pull you to stand, feet to parallel, hands to the hips, lengthen, and then fold forward. Hinge your wide leg, forward fold. And lift to a flat back. And I'm going to give you a choice. We're going to take a twist to the right. You decide whether you want your left hand fingers forward, fingers right, which is kind of what we've been doing, or fingers left, which is also what we've been doing. Left is a bigger stretch, right? They're different. And then you'll twist to the right. So left hand's the base. You decide which way you want it to face. I'm not judging. Breathing. Nice, Maria. That's a big stretch. Good, and then you'll come down and switch. And this hand might want to do the same thing, it might not. That's okay, take your time. Root down, lengthen, and revolve. And bring both hands back down, lift to that flat back pause. Bring your hands to your hips, come up to stand. Turn the right toes to face forward, step the left foot up partway, pull the shoulders back, inhale and exhale, fold forward into pyramid. It's okay if you are wanting to round the spine, if that feels good and better today, it's okay. Don't worry about lengthening that flat back. It's a different experience. Even focusing on those floating front ribs. Every exhale, pull them in towards center, back towards the back body, and down towards the rib cage. So get a little more rounded through that mid back. Maybe you're really working on that solar plexus area, pulling in. Be different. Take one more breath here. And then you'll step it back, high plank to low plank, or skip that if that's better for you. Upward dog, cobra, or even sphinx. Downward facing dog. Good left leg to the side, bend the knee, flex the foot. Straighten the leg, point the toes, big step forward, or help it, warrior two. Turn the thumbs to face up, and then left fingers go back, right fingers curl in, head tilts left, and then switch, and then switch, and then switch. I keep wanting to close my eyes here, and then I get all weird. One more time, switch, and last one. Lift the head straight up, palms face forward, expand the chest, and then straighten the left leg and tip into triangle, tip to the left. Good, Nancy. Left leg straight if possible. Hand to the shin or 5 fingers, or onto a block. Next inhale, let that right arm pull you to stand, feet to parallel, hands to the hips, or if you want to interlace them at your back, you can do that. Lift up and fold forward. The hands to the ground. And we'll take that twist again. So lift up to a flat back. The left hand at the base first. And you can choose. Maybe you wanted a different direction. You're going to try something different as you twist to the right. Right hand to the sky. And then switch hands. Right hand right underneath the chest. Left arm opens up. Both hands down, hold that flat back, bring your hands to your hips, come on up to stand. Left toes turn to face forward for pyramid. Right foot will step in and up, square the hips and shoulders, and then curl down, rolling down. Bring your hands to the floor or blocks, trying to let the head just kind of drop or tuck the chin to the chest, maybe consciously pulling those front ribs in, back, and down so you get a little more curling. It's a little bit different than the lengthening that I often talk about. I like giving you options. So when you're in your body on your mat, you have like a freedom to explore and to play and to be present and to try new things and know there's no one right way. And really, it's your intuition that is your biggest guide and teacher. just am here to provide opportunities for learning. Okay, bend the knee, plant the palms, step it back, high plank. Hold that. And just hold and breathe. And softening where you can soften, maybe between the shoulders or the jaw, strengthening what needs to hold you up here, which is your core body, your arms, your shoulders a little bit, your legs. The more everything works together, the more effortless it'll feel. Good. Lower all the way down slowly. Come back up into Sphinx. So we're going to repeat this that we did earlier. Another opportunity. Drag the ribs forward, pull the jawbone back, and curl the back of the skull back, and then lift the right leg. Curl the back of the skull back. Good. Set it down. Lift the left leg. Really lengthening from the hip, from the pelvis. Set it down. Tuck the chin to chest. Start to lift the rib cage up, pulling the belly in. Lift the pelvis off the ground. Tuck the tailbone. And then lower slowly. Drag the ribs forward. Curl the head back. Lift the right leg up. And set it down. Lift the left leg up. Nice. Set it down. Chin to chest. Curling up. Slowly. And holding at the top as if there's a big ball underneath you, like lifting you. And then lowering. Last one. Drag the ribs forward. Press the back of the skull back. Right leg up. Nice. Set it down. Left leg up. Set it down. Chin to chest. Curl up. Curl, curl, curl. Knees stay down, but lift thighs, pelvis, rib cage. And then lower all the way down. You can make a pillow out of that. Hands, elbows wide, or arms can come down, turning a cheek to a side. Just rest. And then bring your hands underneath the shoulders, going to press up to tabletop. And then you can either come onto your back for a reclined pigeon or come to downward facing dog. You'll bring the right leg forward into half pigeon or on your back, right ankle over left thigh reclined. Good. If you're on your back, I love seeing that, Nancy, the ankle movements, the little mobility word, blood flow. It's bringing blood flow to all parts of our body as we move through the yoga practice. I know I got a little specific today. I do that when I watch, if I do little webinars. I watched a webinar this morning. Take some deep breaths here. All right, you'll switch to the other leg. Take your time. yourself up so that you can be able to relax here. And it's for the body as well as the mind. So setting yourself up for being able to relax means watching when the mind starts to get busy, which is its job. So not reprimanding it, not getting upset. The mind's job is to be busy and planning and calculating and figuring and all of that. And then there's also a place where you can override that, setting yourself up right here to let the thoughts go or drift by with mindfulness tools like a mantra or a gaze point, visualization, listening, bringing your awareness, your senses to what's presently here. I find the metaphor of like my mind as a radio and kind of turning the volume down on it be really helpful to me. I just go shh, turn the volume down, amplify the volume of your breath. Slowly, you'll spin both legs around to the front or come up to seated if you're on your back. And then just sitting up tall and point and flex your feet a few times. Good. And then you'll keep the left leg straight and you'll bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. And then the foot can be pointed or flexed. So it's really up to you. And you'll reach forward for the left foot. You might catch it. You might use a strap. If you feel like pointing the foot today, trying a different feeling, different. That's fine. Come up and switch legs, straighten the right leg out, bring the left leg in. Sitting up tall, kind of squaring yourself towards that right leg and then folding forward. You can point or flex. You can curl the chin to the chest, curling in like we did in pyramid, or you can be more flat and extended through the spine. That's more of that hamstring, big muscle stretch. Curling in can feel a little gentler. Come up, last one, both legs out in front. And if you'd like to reach up, you can, and then hinge forward for as far as you can, and then just let yourself relax down. Maybe you even use some support, like a bolster on your legs or your arms for support. Or just imagine support underneath you. Slowly uncurl, come on up, and you'll come down onto your back for either happy baby or if it's on a block, legs to the sky, or shoulder stand if you want a shoulder stand. You can bring, if you don't have a block and you want to take the legs up, you can bring your hands under the hips, legs to the sky, or happy baby might be a nice gentle inversion right here. There's something else that your body's craving, some other movement, do that. stay here for another minute or so, or if you'd like to come down and take a final twist to each side, or a fish pose is an option. Twisted to one side, go ahead and take your twist to the other side. Finding Shavasana. To rest. awareness. Breath, body. Start to move your fingers and toes, just waking up slowly. As you feel ready, you'll bend your knees and roll to a comfortable side. Your eyes closed, gently press up to a seated posture. Palms of your hands to touch at your heart center. And let's close with one Om today. And if you just want to listen, that's fine. Or if you want to hum, that's fine too. Take a breath in. Om. Thumbs to your forehead center. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's great.